Hey guys, welcome back to another crypto video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Ripple and XRP. So I got a very good story for you guys today. I got a lot of information and a lot of news, but before we get into any of that, make sure that you understand that this is by no means financial advice. Everything in this video is purely my opinion on what I find out of some articles online, and I am not affiliated with Ripple or XRP. This is purely and solely for entertainment purposes, just so you guys know. Just a little bit of a disclaimer there so nobody can get angry. Now, XRP has been having quite some controversy in the last couple of weeks, and I think one of the most big issues that XRP has been having is that the price is this stable, and they've been around the 30-cent mark for the longest time now, and it's just not making any move. But I think a few days ago here, we actually broke a little bit of this trend by not going down like a lot of these other coins did a few days ago here. Not going down as far as the other coins did, and by actually doing quite positive here, getting a little bit above that 30-cent mark. Right? I think people actually took this as a positive thing, and hopefully their attitude has turned as well. Also, what I've noticed is that a lot of the XRP news online is not really negative anymore, but really has turned into quite a positive thing. So I also think that is quite good about the situation. Now, Ripple price analysis for May 1st, XRP goes even lower against Bitcoin. Where is the low? Right, so this is an article that came out yesterday, which is, again, a little bit of the attitude that many have been having. Oh, XRP is going down against BTC, maybe not even against USD, but against BTC, and that can be seen here. What do we do? You know, is it going to ever recover? Am I lost? Anything like that? But no, guys, please don't you worry too much about that. Bitcoin is just really doing their best to recover, to really get back up there, get their dominance back, and it is hurting a lot of these altcoins, but it is hurting quite a lot of them as well. As you can see, versus Bitcoin, most of the altcoins will be down. It's not specifically XRP. The only thing you should be afraid of, possibly if you're into that type of stuff, is how not decoupling it is right now. So XRP is really not on the decoupling tour. They're really more just following along in a little bit of a more negative stance. But it's all okay, guys, as they will still get there. It's all pretty obvious. Now, so we don't really need to cover this price analysis since it's a little bit subjective, and I think it's a little bit too negative to take a look at how XRP is looking towards BTC, since we know it's going down, but how far it is or what it's really going to do is really not predictable right now. I would say it really depends on some bigger moves in the market, and again, if we're watching XRP to BTC, it definitely depends on what BTC is going to do, which that one is the more unpredictable one here. Against USD, you can check out, you can do so, but again, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. If you're trading on a daily though, make sure you check all these articles out that I show you about the price. Now, moving over into some more news, Ripple kicks off May with a billion XRP escrow release. Again, that happens every single month. It's not that strange, but I thought I should just let you guys know again that this is still going on for some of you guys that have no clue. Or if you saw somewhere that somebody said, oh, XRP has been moving a billion, XRP, what's going on right there? You're getting totally crazy about it, but it's just the monthly movement of the escrow. Moving forward, real-time XRP data effective today from NASDAQ on its own global index data service. And this is something that's been out for like a few days here. I don't even know how many days it's been for, but it's definitely taken quite a positive light. And let's quickly read through it a little bit so you guys know what's going on. It was announced yesterday that NASDAQ added Brave Coins' XRP index to its global index data service. Data will be effective today, 1st of May, from NASDAQ following the official announcement. So, again, here's just what they've been saying. As of today, May 1st, NASDAQ are starting to send real-time XRP data from Brave Coin on its global index data service. The index is known as XRP Liquid Index. Again, remember this, you'll see it more often, which will be designed to provide real-time, spot-on reference rate, which will be for the price of 1 XRP quoted in USD. Comments from Brave New Coins were Designed to provide a real-time spot of reference rate of the price of XRP, quoted in US dollars and based on the most liquid ends of the market, it will allow users to track the price of the XRP token with far greater transparency than before. They further detailed on why they created the XRP-LX, which is again the liquid index, to meet the marketplace requirement for a single, reliable, and fair USD price for XRP, based on live real-world trading activity, and that this index is designed to report a market price at which liquidity could enter or exit an XRP position. Moving forward, again, since a lot of this stuff is about the NASDAQ quote-unquote integration, Ripple XRP price poised to further appreciate. Whew, right. This is an interesting one. This is a turn for the better, a turn for the good, as there's finally some more positive price analysis articles in and about there, right? Again, that's positive, I like. So, Ripple price, they say Ripple, but it's okay, guys. We shouldn't get angry. A lot of people call it Ripple still. Ripple price started a decent upward move and broke the 2960 resistance against the USD. Both Bitcoin and Ethereum recovered and gained more than 2.5%. There was a short-term breakout pattern forming with resistance near 3085 on the hourly chart of the XRP USD, and the bear could continue higher, and it is likely to test the 3175 and 3200 resistance levels. And again, if we actually get all the way up there, in contrary to what these articles were actually stating towards us, we could see some positive movements on a longer term, right? So if XRP is going to cross 3200 specifically, 3300, just 3200, we're most likely going to see some bloomish times to come on here, because this article stated here that the nearest level of resistance lies at 3325, which is at the 100 MA. Above this, high resistance is at 3435 and 3615 and 38, but on December 2018 low, XRP had rebounded but has met resistance at 3257 from the 2890 low. So I guess breaking this mark would again be quite a big move, and there's a lot more of these. But if we just look at the channel, which I don't think any of these articles are portraying very clearly. No. I think right now 3200 would again be a very good marker or good move for them to make, because we've just not seen much movement, and I think this would again bring in some enthusiasm for the people. But we all know that XRP is poised to just break out, to just get up there and spark the freaking run, possibly. At least do so freaking good over a longer term. I just still got all of that faith in there, and I just can't let it go. I can't miss out on this coin, guys. I just cannot. Ripple CTO launches blogging platform to pay content creators XRP. This was an interesting one. Once more, this is literal good news, right? Cryptocurrency startups are increasingly eyeing content creators as a use case. Coil, the San Francisco-based startup founded by the CTO Stephen Thomas, just opened a public beta on its blogging platform designed to help scribes earn XRP. And this closed beta started in August 2018 with around 1,000 test users, and have been paying in-browser subscriptions for a monthly rate of $5. Compared to Spotify, Coil then automatically pays the content creators in XRP based on the usage, while the users enjoy the flat subscription fee. So that is again actually already quite interesting and quite a cool concept. We've discussed this multiple times before, but it is again quite cool to see. So every participant can decide what currency they want to use. Part of the next phase is to really experiment on what works from both the creator side, where the two constraints are: how do I get some good quality bonus content without investing a huge amount of effort, and from the user's perspective of what will people actually sign up for. And as we said before, it's really a cool concept, it's really a cool thing, and now they're just taking it another step further. I typically like to save XRP in my Coil balance to support other creators, Kabani said, adding he'd love to use the Coil blogging platform in addition to his social media channels. It's also good to know that XRP is liquid enough so that if someone does need fiat, that they can get it easily. And likewise, early Coil user and Forbes contributor Thomas Skillier told CoinDesk he looked forward to seeing Coil integrations replace some publishing paywalls. It could be very, very easy and most likely also very lucrative for content creators. You pay per second you're visiting a website, but the underlying tech is much more capable, Skillier said. Imagine paying per kilobyte streamed of a video, or paying for time spent reading articles, otherwise walled by paywalls and subscription. Now, one thing I would like to add to there is like, alright, you're going to pay per kilobyte for stream, but is it going to be saving it forever? Like, alright, you've paid for this amount of streaming, so you can watch this part back forever without paying once more? Because if I think about it, I have certain videos that I watch over and over again as an example, but do I have to pay for it once or multiple times? And also I have videos that I don't watch at once but watch parts of every single time, but it does have to load the beginning of the video again, right? Or maybe YouTube or other platforms is rendering or loading has changed over time, but I do think it still loads some different parts earlier of the video as well, which you then have already seen. That you don't have to pay for again if you want to continue watching a video? How does that work? Kind of interesting, but I can't completely tell you guys about that. Here's some competing options, but we don't really need to know about that too much. That's again for if you want to get further into this. It's still a very cool thing on its own. It's very interesting. XRP Ledger consistently maintains higher daily transactions than Bitcoin for over a week. And here is again where the positive things are flowing in. Tiffany Hayden tweeted out, breaking news. The XRP Ledger has done more transactions per day several days in a row than Bitcoin ever has. And let's actually quickly take a look at that thread. Here it is. In April, the average number of transactions per day was 543,000. Ledgers closed on average every 3.64 seconds. The highest number of transactions in a single day was 727,000. According to blockchain.com, 490,000 in December of 2017 is the highest number of transactions Bitcoin has ever confirmed. The XRP Ledger processed more transactions per day than Bitcoin's maximum for 22 out of 30 days in April. Wow. Right? Wow. And Eric then says, beautiful. XP community, but price. Bitcoin maximalist, but banks. The rest of us, facts. Onwards. Again, pretty cool his stance towards everything. And I'm also noticing that more and more people are following him now. Like, I remember months ago when we were talking about him being a small guy. Now he's really growing. I like that. He has a lot of quality information. And Tiffany has always been kind of big in the XP community, but she tweets a lot. So I guess she also deserves it. So yeah, I would say that it's kind of interesting. But yeah, the rest of the article, it's all about the same thing, so it's not really that interesting to read through. Moving forward, Ripple surges after Nasdaq adds XRP liquidity index. Will growing adoption propel it higher? This is a good question to ask yourself whenever you're thinking about the XRP price on a longer term. Will growing adoption really propel the price? And I think the easiest way to say is just yes, because adoption to a certain extent equals more use equals higher volume equals more knowledge about the coin equals more price or higher price because it gets used more and more demand for it. On the contrary, you could say, is more volume equal to a higher price? That is actually not necessarily a yes. And is this growing adoption on this small of a scale already propelling the price higher? And how much can growing the adoption by such a little bit increase the price? It's always a good question to ask yourself, and it's always hard to answer. Here you can see do or die time for XRP bag holders. So, we're really getting close to another possible breakout, yada, yada, yada. We're talking about that every single time, though. It is always difficult to grasp of whether or not to take a grasp of whether or not this news really has an effect, or if it's just manipulation on its own, if it's just some of these market makers, some of these big investment funds that are moving this money around that's really making up all the rules, or if this news, like Nasdaq, really has an effect or not. It's really, really difficult to measure. Then on the longer term, I do think that this has effect, but then again, some would completely disagree with me. I've seen in the comment section. Again, these longer term moves that have been building up, a lot of you guys seem to disagree with me because you say the past does not matter for newer trends, which I totally disagree with. But we're going to be seeing here as it is still 2 months or something to come down to something, or like 1 more month. This is again on the weekly chart here. You could just check out the weekly chart yourself, see what you find, see if you agree with this. But upcoming weeks here might be detrimental, if that's the right word to use. Now, XRP fluctuates in tight range after Nasdaq adds XRPL liquid index to its global data service. Oh, right? Do you agree with that? I don't really. It's been close to 30 cents for a long while. It's just been above that right now. There's not really much else to add to that. So I don't completely agree. And Ripple partners with RIA Financial Services to pump up cross-border trading. This again was a good thing. You can see a lot of enthusiasm in the community whenever these good things are coming out. That is again one of the good parts about the XRP community. Whenever there's something good, it gets propelled to being extremely good by community members. And it's always just really, really positive. But Ripple has dominated the crypto space, owning to its numerous collaborations, with the latest announcements being its participation in the Saudi British Bank initiative for instant cross-border payment services. But more recently, right now, the partnership is between RIA Financial Services and Ripple. Was quite an exciting thing right there. The collab between them is aimed at increasing the physical and digital footprint of Ripple while allowing RIA's customers to connect and transact with Ripple's more than 200 other financial institutions worldwide. You know, the connection that they have. The information was first brought to us by Twitter user @numbers, who quoted a statement made by Brown, who is called Michael J. Brown, the chairman and CEO president over there. Now, we signed an agreement with Ripple that gives a Ripple access to RIA's global physical and digital footprint, also allowing RIA's customers to connect and transact with Ripple's network, which includes more than 200 financial institutions worldwide. And then a lot of enthusiasm came from that. And while the Euronet C-suite disclosed no further information regarding the tie-up, Brown openly invited similar players in the market to join them in order to gain mutual benefit and improve margins, which is again one of the very, very good things about Ripple's technologies, is that there's almost always a mutual benefit for parties participating, or whenever Ripple gets a partnership going, there are mutual benefits for, in that case, both parties agreeing to the partnership, but also for any newer party that wants to get on. There are mutual benefits for everybody right there, because they can transact in an easier, cheaper fashion. They can have a better connection with each other. They can use each other in a positive, again, mutually positive way. And that's, again, why I think this coin is going to be amazing. But if you agree with me, let me know in the comment section down below. If you do not agree, let me know as well. But I would like to see you guys in another crypto video as soon as possible. Take care, everybody, and have a nice day.